Macca's Guides.
Hey guys, Macca here playing Battlefield 1. This is the final war story known as Nothing is Written. There are a total of 15 field manuals in the 3 story missions. We're starting off with Hidden in Plain Sight. From the very beginning of the mission, we're going to drop down the cliff and go to the left hand side to the rock formation just off in the distance. We're going to climb it and go to the back side of it to find one of the field manuals. Next up, what we're going to do is turn 90 degrees to our left to notice that there's some train cars as well as a green tent. Between those, you should notice a small rock formation not far from where we just were, where we can pick up the next collectible. Now what we want to do is go and sneak around behind the base by going around the tent, then reaching the main road and crossing it, and continuing on just a little bit further until we meet another rock formation with a field manual at the bottom of it. Now from this location, you're going to want to use your compass and head directly southeast into the distance over this hill. You'll notice that there's a small base behind this hill where there's another collectible. Obviously you want to pick it up. You can then use the light tank if you so desire to take out all of the enemies in that base, which makes it incredibly easy even on the harder difficulties. The last field manual should be attained right before opening the hatch to end the mission. If you're looking at the hatch from the direction of where we spawned, you'll notice a red train car to the right of it, and inside of that train car, we can find our 5th and final collectible for this mission. Now we're on Young Men's Work, one of the biggest missions in the game and one of the most open in terms of how you approach it. What we're going to want to do is head down from the beginning of the mission, turn right, and go behind the rock formation that we spawned at to find a small base. Inside of that small base with the fire camp, you can find your first out of 5. Now what you'll want to do is head back on your horse, as this is the best way to travel around the map. You'll want to remember that from where you spawned, to your left is the ruins, directly in front of you was the weapons depot, and to your right was the village. We'll be going for the ruins first, so approach the ruins, and across the street on the far side of the ruins, you should find a large circular rock formation, which we'll want to climb on foot in order to get one of the collectibles. Now we want to head back to our horse and ride it straight to the weapons depot area. Inside of the weapons depot area, there's only one main building with 2 stories. Inside of that building, we can find the Ottoman leader as well as the field manual on the main story. Last but not least, the final 2 collectibles can be found in the village, so get back on your horse and ride towards the village. As you approach the village from the weapons depot, you should notice a large water tower directly in front of you. you'll want to stick to the right of it. You'll also notice a green tent, and you'll want to stick to the right of that. Just across the street from this green tent, you'll notice that there is a carved out circular door that you can walk through and into a building directly behind that door. Behind that door, inside of that building, is the collectible. Now we'll want to exit this building and get back on our horse, riding across town to the water tower on the far end, which has the 5th and final field manual for this mission. There are 2 water towers, and the one we're going for is the one that's going to be furthest from where you spawn, and also furthest from any of the other bases, so don't accidentally go to the other water tower by mistake. We are now in the final mission of the game, and I'll be showing you all of the collectibles really quick here. We're going to grab them before even killing any enemies. As soon as you spawn, run to your right hand side. You notice 2 buildings that are by themselves off in the distance. On the left hand side building, as you approach, inside will be your first collectible. From this location, poke out the door nearest you. You should notice a water tower off in the distance. About 1/3 of the way towards that water tower, directly in front of you, is a small cluster of rocks where you can find the 2nd field manual in the mission. From this location, we're now going to run directly forward to that water tower I was referencing earlier. At the base of that water tower, near some rocks, you can find the 3rd field manual. From this water tower, we're now going to look at the base and enter the base using the road that comes off of the main road right in front of us. As we approach inside of the base, we'll notice a large antenna in the middle. As we approach that antenna, we'll notice a building just off to our left with some stairs outside as well as a door that we can enter on the main floor. We'll want to enter and find the field manuals here. Now our final collectible can be found not far from where we originally spawned. Start running back to where you spawned, marked by that large water tower in front of me, and you notice 2 small buildings. Go to the building on the left to find your final 66th field manual if you've been following along. At this point, you should have all of the collectibles in the game for an 80-point achievement or a gold trophy. Thank you guys so much for watching. If the video was helpful, I would appreciate if you drop a like or tell a friend. Special shout out to DocCupcake84 for supporting the show on Patreon, and hopefully I see you guys next time. Peace.